Hello, I'm host Eric. I was talking with famous people. I'm here with famous person David Dosh in the house and with some old friends here and GoToMeeting, including JC, Akira, Lorenz Walker, Texas Hayes, and Trenton, ADHD Trenton. So let's start at the top. Hami, if you were to imagine choosing any four cognitive functions, and you could choose, you could have three perceiving and one judging, or you could have three judging, one perceiving. Let's just imagine. And but you have to have at least one judging and one perceiving so that you can be an existent person, okay? Well, what cognitive functions would you choose? And let's say you could choose any order. In which order? That's the question here on this episode of Talking with Famous People. If Hami wants a second to think about it, which I think he might, then I can demo first. And I think if I had to choose, I would go any N-I-T-I-F-I. That's what I'd go. Any N-I-T-I-F-I. In that order. That's a good order, I think. That would make me first see the possibilities, then immediately identify the true ones from the false ones, then know how to utilize them with TI, and then be able to double check with how I feel about them. The problem is then I'd have TE as my seventh function. But I wouldn't have S anywhere, huh? That's fine, I don't need S. Who needs S? I don't need S. Okay, so that's my stack. Well, JC, you can hang out with me and provide the S, okay? So JC would... Okay, Trenton says Trenton, you already have that. That's not fun. You already have that.
Cheating.
You already have that cognitive function stack. Okay. JC, do you got an idea for what your cognitive function stack would be?
Not really. I have to think about it.
It'd be four Fs. F-E, F-I, F-E, F-I. No?
F-E, F-I. What? 4 Fs?
It would be F-E, F-I, F-E, F-I.
But what would I be judging?
Okay, well, alright, you can have S-E in the second slot. So you go F-E, S-E, F-I, S-I. How about that? Is that a good cognitive function stack? F-E, S-E,
F-E, S-E,
F-I,
F-I, what?
S-I. F-S,
Can I have
F-S.
N-I instead?
You want to have N-I instead of which one?
Instead of S-I.
Okay. So you got two F's, an S, and an N. That seems like a good stack.
No thinking.
No thinking. Well, who needs thinking? Who needs dumb?
Who needs logic?
Alright, Akira says... Akira, let me see the chat here. Let me get it. Akira, do you got a mic? Can you just say it out loud? He says N-I-T-E-S-E-F-E. Alright, so Akira says N-I-T-E-S-E-F-E. What that means is introverted intuition, extrovert thinking, extrovert sensing, and extrovert feeling. So, it'd be cool like an INTP because you have FE in the fourth slot. But you'd be productive like an ENTJ because you got SE in the third slot. You'd be effective like an ENTJ because you got TE in the second slot. And you'd be smart like an INTJ because you got NI in the first slot. I think that's a pretty good cognitive function stack there, Hami. Okay, so he says F-E-F-I-N-E-S-E-S-I. You can't have 5.
5?
You can't have 5. You can only have 4. All right. Anybody else want to chime in on this? Hi, Droopy Man Boob. Droopy Man Boob here. Have I had the opportunity to speak with you before? If not, you're welcome to chime in and we can do a typing. All right, Texas Hayes, you got any thoughts on this? Which four functions do you want to have? Well, maybe text says isn't paying attention or whatever. So NE, NI, NE, NI. You can't have all N's. If you had all N's, you would be completely removed. You'd be a brain in a bottle, right? You're just experiencing nothing but intuitive truths but no actual data. There's nothing to build the intuitive truths off of. So I think we got to have an S in the mix there too. We probably have to have a T. I think you just go, okay, well, which one do you like best of each of them? I go, I'll take NI for a change, just for a change up a pace. I'd take SE. I'd take TI. I'd take FI. I think I'd take FI.
TI and FI.
NI, TI, FI, and then SE.
I take all of my functions. I actually like all of my functions. I might not take them in the order that I have them though. I might be at ENTJ instead.
Well, you'd probably have fancier stuff.
Fancier like material stuff, you mean?
Yeah, I think no matter what type you are, if you were an ENTJ, unless you are an ENTJ, if you were an ENTJ, you'd have fancier stuff. You know, Chad Crandall added
NITI wouldn't file because they would never do anything. They just think all day. They would never do anything.
Well, who would never do anything?
If you had NI followed by TI.
Yeah, you'd be pretty stuck in your head. That's true. You'd be pretty stuck in your head. NI, NE, and then like SI. You'd be.
I mean, you
stuck
might
in your
discover
head.
you might discover the mysteries of the Earth. You know, you might like know all the secrets of the universe, but you'd never be able to express that in any way, shape, or form. That's how I feel about it.
What was Albert Einstein?
Well, he was INFJ, I believe. Is that right?
I thought he was an INTP.
INTP? I don't know. Albert Einstein could be an INTP, could be an INFJ. Hitler was an INFJ, as we identified last night or the other night. So it would make sense. And also, I believe Jesus was an INFJ. So you get both Jesus and Hitler combining.
Two faces of the same coin.
Well, you just get Hitler, and it's the half the time they're super good and half the time super evil. They just vacillate back and forth. So, any other comments on this exciting topic? INTP says, Trenton, as far as the type of Albert Einstein, that would make sense. They're a smart bunch, those INTPs. They do have introverted thinking in the dominant slot.
What's introverted thinking?
Introverted thinking is what we use as our tool function instead of parsing ability, the checking for accuracy. The reason we are naturally prone to debate is because we have extroverted intuition first. We perceive possibilities first, and then process those possibilities real time using thinking. Because our judging function is second. INTPs, they want to know a lot more going in, what their argument approach is going to be. They're less quick on their feet, but they're still pretty quick on their feet because they use extroverted intuition as their dominant tool function. So they've got thinking in place, and then they're coming up with possibilities based on that thinking, rather than the other way around.
Yeah, my sister is ENTJ, I think, and I coach her in debate, and she has that problem where I feel like she always needs to it has to be a lot more rehearsed with her.
Yeah, that's very ENTJ. INTP has the advantage over ENTJ in that INTP can generalize out probably more effectively from principles and freestyle as long as they have all the web of principles down going in and how they interact with each other. The actual wordings of stuff will come more easily to them because they've got NE in the second slot. But ENTJs can be super beasts. They just have to be practiced.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for watching Talking with Fancy People. And I think what will be my final sign off for the evening on behalf of the dairy industry, I want to tell you to place in your mind the following thought: consume cheese.